What do you think about alien graves, man? You believe in all this shit?
You know what? I used to be really big into aliens.
Yeah.
But now it looks like it was a big hoax.
Yeah?
Perpetrated by the government.
So this shit's bullshit too?
Unless the aliens are coming from the same plane that we're on, maybe there's a bunch of puddles and we're just a puddle. Maybe
right.
A whole shitload and it's endless. Because people, you know, they have no problem in believing that the universe is endless floating balls, like planets, endless balls forever. Endless ball, but an endless plane? Oh no, an endless plane.
Yeah.
But endless balls, yes, that's fuck yeah. Endless balls floating in space. Endless balls, endless plane, that's the most ridiculous thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Endless
I mean, even
balls.
like the Big Bang Theory, it's like you're saying that explosion caused this
you believe
turbulence and it created this
what about
planet?
all the scientists, man? You think all the scientists are lying about this? Like, how many motherfucking scientists do you think are studying what's really out there? You think there's all these fucking scientists looking at telescopes all fucking day?
Nope.
You know what the scientists are doing? They're memorizing what other scientists came up with. When it comes to cosmology, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, what experiment did you do to verify that the sun is 93 million miles away? You're so smart. You're an astrophysicist. When did you figure that out? And how did you figure that out? What date? What was the date that you figured that out?
Right. So what do you think that? What do you think?
You just memorized some other shit.
Right. What do you think we're living on right now? Like, what's your theory on that?
I don't know. Because you know when the flat earthers say, they can't measure the curve and all that stuff?
The curvature,
I'm with the earth is so goddamn big that maybe we just can't see it. You know, that's my... So anytime you try to measure curve, I'm like, I don't know, maybe you're measuring it and the earth is going up at that point, like a mountain, and you're measuring, there's no curve, but it's actually going up, right? It's going to go down like that. I don't know. Measuring the curve, I don't know. But there's a bunch of other stuff that I can verify for myself.
Go ahead.
I don't know about the curve. Curve this. I know, all I know is there is no curve, but maybe we're just not high enough to see it. But we haven't seen any curve. All the curve is fish-eye lens. You see, it's so obvious. I mean, it's kindergarten shit. Yeah, that's a fish-eye lens, you dumb motherfucker. The earth ain't that curvy. Yeah, look, there's a curve. I'm like, dude, that's crazy curve. You think the earth is going to curve like that? You think that city is half the fucking planet? You think that's if that's the curve? That's a fucking fish-eye lens, you dumb motherfucker.
Yeah.
We haven't seen any curve. And I can't believe people still bring up, and it started the whole ball earth thing, is when you look at a ship going off into the ocean, it starts disappearing hull first, mast last, so that makes it appear that it's going over the curve.
Like around.
Yeah,
like
over the
round
curve.
Thing, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Could it be an optical illusion? I don't know. Try zooming in on it. You zoom in on it, it's fucking there again.
Yeah.
If it went over a curve, no way you can zoom on it. It's physically, and it's the science. That's the real science. If something goes over a curve and you're in the same spot, same perspective, there's no way you're going to be able to zoom in on it. It went over a goddamn curve. People can't wrap their brains about that. That's how it all started. Look at ships. Even that Mr. Nye science guy, he'll still say that today on TV. He goes, the curve is right there. Look at a ship, and you'll start seeing it go over the curve, the curvature, hull first, mast last. Just like it's like, if that's the case, you would never be able to zoom in on it. But there's plenty of videos that you could watch. And I don't even need to do it myself. You get on YouTube and there's a bunch of people just with the zoom. They zoom in on the boat. Hey, guess what? The boat pops up again. It didn't disappear. And then people go, well, how does that prove that there's no curve? I'm like, all I'm saying is you said it went over a curve, and then they zoom in on it and it's there again. It didn't go over no fucking curve. And then in the zoom, it goes over the curve again. Look, it went over the curve. How did it go over the curve twice? And then you get a more powerful zoom, boom, and it's there again. It's just there again. It didn't go over no goddamn curve. And then that's a 3 mile. If it really did go over a curve, if it really did, then that would mean that within 3 to 5 miles, you start seeing an obvious curve where ships are going to go over within 3, because that's how far you can see. The human eye can see about 3 to 5 miles.
What do you guys think about this?
But listen. So You can see the curve at 3 to 5 miles, but when you go up in the air, you can't see the curve. And then Neil deGrasse Tyson says, the earth is too big, you can't see a curve. But you just said you saw the curve at 3 miles.
Yeah.
You just said you saw the curve at 3 miles. That's a boat going over the curve. That's a 3-mile range when you see a boat go over the curve with your naked eye.
Yeah,
It's not big enough to see the curve there, but you go up 120,000 feet where amateur balloons go up. There's no curve at 100,000 feet, and the horizon rises to that eye level of the camera. What do you got to say about that? Maybe it is too big, but don't talk about no goddamn ship going over the water.
Yeah. George, what are your guys' thoughts? It's interesting. I see his
I
point.
haven't looked into it enough, so I don't know yet. I'm going to look into it now. Yeah.
What does Joe say about that? Like, what was Joe saying? Was he against you?
Oh, 100%.
He was against what you're saying right now?
Flat Earth? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was. Nobody gets into flat Earth.
What got you into this, Eddie?
You're trying to debunk it because you got some idiot talking about flat Earth.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, let me shut this motherfucker up.
Yeah.
He's making me look bad as a conspiracy theorist. Now I can't trust this guy. It was me like thinking, oh my God, this guy's a retard. It was like the same feeling like when there's a fake conspiracy theory going on out there, like a hoax. Volcanoes don't exist. That's a fake one. So it's like that. Like flat Earth to me was like just telling me that volcanoes don't exist.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
So I'd argue with a couple people. I'm like, I just was disgusted with.
You did your research, man.
And all I did
Obviously,
is
you did.
Just all I got to do is just find a picture and go, boom, here's the picture.
Go ahead.
But you
said
can't find a picture.
Don't the authorities, the science authorities, can't they just provide the experiments to show the people, like just debunk everything that's a conspiracy and just say, here, look, here's the experiments. You know?
They could do that.
Why not?
Why would they bust themselves out?
I mean,
Why would they?
Stop the conspiracy? Stop the talking. Here's the proof.
Why would they bust themselves out?
They invested too much of their time into their belief system.
Money.
Yeah.
NASA makes $18 billion a year. There's some big money. All they got to do is every 2 months, all they got to do is just say, hey, we found fucking 9 planets 70 million trillion light years away.
Yeah. Hey, Eddie.
Keep everyone going. Like, you're finding planets.
They won't give you the proof because
there is no proof.
Yeah, okay.
There is no proof. There is no proof.
Can we talk about... Look,
it's all fake. You watch the International Space Station, it's ridiculous. There's no footage of any scientist at any time docking onto the International Space Station where you see them coming in and out, video footage. They're just there, and then they're not there. They're there, and then they're not there. Floating in a fucking tin can that's been floating.
Yeah.
Floating, and they're all good and living there 6 months at a time.
And by the way, this is called gravity.